Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be reviewing myself, Lilky, and this is Scrim, and I believe this is at about 3700 SR. So let's hop into it from my perspective and see. And basically, I'm just doing this to. So this is actually kind of a tryout for a new team. So I don't have any prior experience playing with these guys except for a few previous games the same day and like a couple of games the day before. So there's still a lot of things we have to work out with team synergy, figuring out who's shot calling and who's ult tracking, like target prioritization, things like that. We're still working on just working together as a team. So I want to see if I could spot anything there that we can improve on, and then I'm also going to be paying specific attention to myself to see if there's anything that I can improve on in my role as a main tank player. So let's get into it. So someone made a call that we were going to go top right here, so we're going to go through. But unfortunately, that happens, and I get walled off. So here I'm just giving ground with the shield up. Our Ana actually, so if you're, so that's a really fast to process. Our Ana actually, as the wall went down, threw a really fat nade and also slept their Reinhardt, which completely turned the fight around, and then obviously we got off this really nice Mei wall here. So I think I'm just in the middle of cleaning that up. And here we can get the Mei. Yeah, so that worked out in our favor. And that's just one of those things, like, playing on a coordinated team affords you, is that they will actually shoot the wall down and, you know, come to your aid relatively quickly. So that was nice. Okay, so here I actually made a really bad mistake. So we pushed forward aggressively, and I think like we were all on board here. The Zarya was like, I got bubble ready for you, we were pushing, but we, or at least I, did not know that our Ana was back here waiting for the card to come out. That's on me, so that's my job as a main tank to you know, try to be cognizant of where your heals are coming from, and pushing past this corner was was basically me feeding. So this is a really bad mistake, and that's just something we can improve on as a team. Like we can also have our Ana be a little more communicative, maybe call in comms not to push too far because she's still on cart, because I don't think any of us were aware. But yeah, unfortunately I get caught here, and then that allows for them to push up on us. Nice ice wall on their team. Now since we did cap, we do get the good spawn, so they can't really push through. They probably don't really want to push through the arch that hard. But yeah, this losing ground here, this is definitely my fault. I should not have pushed past that corner. We do have a bit of an ultimate advantage coming through here, just because we took the first fight so convincingly. So here the window is down. I immediately called it back up. We put a wall in front of it. So here, the reason I'm pushing so aggressively is we call for Naomi here. Okay, and we do clean up that team fight. Wow, so actually, excuse me for 1 second, I forgot that I need to turn the volume down for the VOD reviews. Yeah, so a lot to unpack there. That team fight was really hectic. A lot of ults were used in the span of a few short seconds. So let's actually kind of go back and look at what happened and break it down. So first let's take a look from my perspective. Let's look at it at quarter speed. Okay, so this is the moment that we call for Nano. Now there, okay, so our Mei actually gets picked off the bat. The Nano is doing really high. Yeah, so this is unfortunate because we didn't need the trans or the grab actually. Hold on. Let me look at this from the Zen's perspective because I want to know why he transed here. I think it's just because he saw his tanks on the other side of the wall. I think he was thought of it like as like a tempo or like ult, you know, like keep everyone up and like have it be like a rally where everyone just knows to push forward. But we didn't need that at all. Like even I was not at risk of dying because the Ano actually got through the Mei wall early. Because the cart actually, I think, yeah, either the cart broke it or we broke it, the middle one, and the Ana was up here healing us. So, and also I think he didn't recognize the fact that as soon as their Rein dies, their entire team dies automatically because I have Shatter, and obviously since I'm Nano, that's all the more impactful when I do that. So, also the grab, he grabbed it at exactly the same time that I shattered, like exactly. So. Not really. So like, I think Zen, I think this is a small mistake from him. And from the Zarya, it's not really a mistake because he did it at the exact same time. But something we could definitely work on as a team is knowing our win conditions. Like if the Rein dies on King's Row, usually, and like your Rein has Shatter, then that's just a free team wipe, you know. So we probably. So in a perfect world, we would have held the grab and the trans here for sure. But we clean up, and actually, using the trans doesn't actually ended up not being bad because the other team used beat here. That's a bad beat there, unfortunately, from the enemy Lucio. His 3 of his team are already dead, and he is too late to save the rest of his team. Yeah, so here we're just calling for push. Everyone gets out. It's unfortunate. I think I make another pretty bad mistake here. So yeah, I made a lot of mistakes this game. That's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because during this game, there was one point where I actually got really frustrated because of how badly I was just playing. And that's also something that I need to not like. I need to not let that affect my mental and just keep trucking it out and just play better, and not get frustrated. Because that's definitely like that happen. I'll show you guys when that happens. Yeah, but I do make some mistakes here, so I want to see what I can do to actually not make those mistakes. So here, Zen was a little overextended. We're coming up on point B now. So here, I tried to just try to get out of the Blizzard, and I actually get the Zarya. I called for the Focus Fire on the Mei, so that's good. Oh yeah, and then here, I should not have done that. I thought I was gonna get the BAP, forgot the BAP had super jump, and that's my bad. Okay, but I am back in time for the team fight, thankfully. We just don't have as good of a position as we would if I hadn't done that. So, definitely a mistake there. Here's another huge team fight. That's a lot of ults being used. So I miraculously somehow managed to survive that. And we're pushing here. And unfortunately the window comes up and I get melted. So I think this is also probably could have done things a little bit differently here. It would have been better for me. So the reason I was off on this angle is because I had Shatter up. And so I know that if I can get around the Reinhardt and Shatter, that's you know, a pretty impactful, or that's a pretty huge Shatter. So that's what I'm trying to do. Unfortunately though, at this point I know the other Reinhardt has Shatter. So I shouldn't have been, this is over aggressive. This is me being selfish trying to land a fat Shatter. What I should have been doing is been over here, and my priority should have been blocking the Shatter. And I think that would have been more impactful as a main tank than doing this. This is like ladder strat. Real like what I should be doing is probably be right here. And I don't really have to focus that much on landing it. Like if I see an opportunity, I'll still go for it. But my priority should be to block his Shatter because that can completely stop the momentum of the team fight. So here the window goes down and I get melted instantly. And they counter Shatter. And we are gonna get pushed back. And here I was calling for people to push all the way back to spawn. Yeah. Several people yeah. Let's see. I think maybe it's another time, but we didn't retreat to spawn well enough, and we actually started losing people, and that was a pretty big mistake. Okay, so here we're just grouping up. So some nice Mei walls coming up. I was lucky to avoid those. Push the nano. Our Mei wall actually kind of. I was gonna Shatter there, but our Mei wall came up. Oh yeah, this is where I think. Okay, so this is where I actually was getting frustrated because I was not playing well. I knew I was making mistakes. I knew I was overextending, and also because this was just kind of frustrating as a Rein player. Is you get the nano, you have the Shatter up. You can see the enemy Rein shield is about to break. Right, I was about to Shatter right here, and then the wall goes up. And I could have shattered under the cart. That would have been a high likelihood of it. Like, it would have been a good attempt at a shatter. And then their wall comes up. So I get blocked twice. I'm just trying to go around here. Yeah, and I don't want to shatter on like a narrow angle. But then I'm trying to shield my team, and then yeah, and the Rein actually gets around me and pins me in. So that was really just I was just tilting. I probably shouldn't have gone through that doorway. I probably should have just swung at the Mei wall and killed it with my team and could resume pushing. But I was like yeah, you can see I really wanted to use that shadow. That's 2 fights now where I didn't get to use it. The first one because the window killed me instantly when I was you know, around the cart trying to go for the flank shatter, and then the second time because of that shit. Just 2 Mei walls. So we lose yet another team fight. Unfortunate. I think one thing we should definitely work on is me focusing on communicating more with our Ana. I don't think we talked at all this game, like specifically to each other. But like that fight when the cart was here, you never want to get nanoed as Rein and be like caught off guard, because then you're not in a good position to take advantage of it. So like I should have started pushing up and then called for it and then started, you know, pushing or, you know, making space, swinging, whatever I had to do. That was not a good use of nano from me because I was just not prepared for it. Oh yeah, here's where I called for everyone to come back to spawn because we were just getting staggered. And that, I think the Torb was also a tryout, but he was just not ready and got caught out. Pretty crazy fight. A lot of ults used in succession. But fortunately we do come out ahead. Okay, so let's take a look at that fight again. Because again, that was a really, really hectic fight. Okay, so I think it starts with, so their wall comes up, tries to split me off. Our Mei wall was split second too late and is on top of theirs, and so we get grabbed in. The rest of my team, and I'm out here. Now they have the grab dragon combo. We defensively Mei ulted. I think that's okay. Yeah, so everyone just pressed Q at the same time. I think we needed, I mean, if we could look at this and analyze it, and in hindsight, we probably should have used either just the Shatter or the Blizzard, or like staggered them, you know, not use both at the exact same time, because they kind of had the same effect here. So, yeah, so from my perspective, my team was grabbed next to me, so the reason I'm not jumping into the grab is I'm waiting to see if that Reinhardt will try to swing there, and I can shatter his whole team here. So luckily luckily he's out of position, and so I shatter 4 people here, and they're taken out of the fight. Yeah, and we have the trance up, so we're not actually dying. We're okay from the dragon. The Blizzard is keeping everyone from pushing, and then the Shatter also had the same effect, so we probably should have held one. And then here I do block the other Rhine Shatter. Our Ana actually got caught on the tail of that dragon. Okay, so then we grab. They probably beat it a little too early there. Yeah, and then I was able to clean up on the grab. These Mei walls, man. These Mei walls. Everywhere I go, there's a Mei wall in my face. So here the Reinhardt is definitely split. So I should have counterpinned there. I didn't counterpin because I knew that it wasn't going to hit me. Unfortunately, it hit my Mei, which is, you know, probably even worse. So I actually should have just counterpinned just to put us both on the ground. Usually I like to, if I know that they're going to miss, I like to let them do it, because then it guarantees that you can get one off on them, and they don't have a counterpin. But unfortunately our Mei dies, so that's bad call on my part. So I need to think more like a team player and less like a solo queue player. But it should be enough for us to win the fight. Again, I'm just nothing I can do here. Yep, and we cap. And now it's our turn for the defense. So they lost 2 on the approach. They both got picked by our Zen and Ash. So we can push really hard here. And then here we mistimed because I thought, so our Zarya said bubble in 3. And so, yeah, and then I thought the bubble was actually going to be not going to be up in time for me to keep pushing here. So I back up, but then he bubbles me faster than I had anticipated. So I probably should have just kept pushing there. Unfortunately, we just didn't communicate that properly. Yeah, but don't want to push too far outside the choke because their spawn's right there. Nice fire strike there. I hit 2 people. Nice called that they were rotating around the hotel. So unfortunately our Ana is actually on the other side of that, but they didn't manage to confirm the kill on her before we broke through and we turned it around. So here I'm walled off, so I'm just doing my best to stay alive. I get the nano, I go for the pin immediately, but I missed the Reinhardt. That was a bad mistake there. I should have turned a little bit before I was charging there. I likely would have killed that Rein, and then this team fight would be over. But they're still up, so they can still push here. I tried to actually cancel that blizzard, but I was too late. Yeah, so actually, this is actually another thing I should work on. So I had already been, yeah, so I actually reacted too slowly. So the grav came out first. I should not have shattered that grav, but unfortunately I'm just slow and I pressed it anyway. And then, so that's not really a good use of the ult. And then I remember I was frustrated that I did that, so that my head was not in the game for who I need to get rid of here, like, you know, because I really should have prioritized taking this Mei out, even if, you know, whatever, it's not the greatest shattered. Just don't think about it. Like, it still knocks. It wasn't blocked, so they are all on the ground. So here I should have, yeah, I should have charged earlier to take out that Mei. Unfortunately, it's just a hair too slow. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, really. But we could have probably taken that team fight even more cleanly if I had done that. So here I called that they have a Widow there. Not to peek them. Alright then. So for this fight, I don't remember what happens here. So I'm giving ground here because there's a speed boosted, nano boosted Reinhardt. And unfortunately the bomb kills both of our supports. So yeah, here our team was not, like, we lost track of the ults, and we were not expecting that D.Va bomb at all. So yeah, the nano comes through, and then so that's a good pick on their Widow by our Zen. That's crazy. But I'm getting pushed back hard, and you can see the Lucio come in with the speed boost amp here. That was a really good engage actually by them, and then we were caught off guard and we did not retreat all in the same direction. So yeah, our Zen here, if our Zen was with me, he would actually probably would have survived. Our Ana went that way, and I think she just barely got caught by like the skin of her teeth. Yeah. But my focus was more on, I was also cognizant of the bomb, like I was trying to make sure I didn't die to the bomb, but there was also a nano boosted, speed boosted Reinhardt in my face. So I was trying to... Yeah, and then I was setting him up to do that, but unfortunately it doesn't matter because we've already lost both our supports. Ooh, okay, so I knew that Ana was low and she would be desperate to get out. So that's the kind of moment where you know they're just going to be walking in a straight line. You can take advantage of those long-range fire strikes. Yeah, so we if that D.Va bomb just hadn't, if we just been expecting it, I think we would have actually held here. We'd like kept one of our supports up even. We just barely aren't able to hold on here. There, I shot a 3. And again, that's a really hectic fight, so we're gonna go back and take a look at that. Yeah, so they open up with the Shatter, and I think did they even? Yeah, so they just get the Zarya, right? So I counter Shatter. I know their team's gonna push in hard. I think the Ana probably meant to nano our Zarya there and hit me by accident. I probably was not trying to hit me. But in any case, I do that, and then that kills the Reinhardt and gets 3. It's 4-man shattered. Our Zen Trance the Blossom, so that's really good. And then I came up with the nano boost, so I'm just swinging. Yeah, so good team fight from us. So we've got the Grab Dragon here. So our plan here is to just engage aggressively and just use the Grab Dragon and get another team fight win. Just good pick by Hanzo. Jeez. All right. Okay. So let's take another look at that. That took. So I actually think I played quite well here. So yeah, this is why it's important to just keep your head in the game and not get tilted, because every moment counts. So here, yeah, I'm trying to make them pay for getting through the choke, like by just pressuring damage-wise, because they're just rushing hard with the speed boost. Their Ryan gets nanoed here. It's a nice swing. Get 3 there. Block the Ana nade. Somehow it still hits me anyway. Okay, clearly block that. Yeah, so we get the Grab Dragon off. Unfortunately, they have a well-timed beat, and I get slept for the duration. So I can't add my swing damage or try to charge the Lucio out. Actually, the Lucio does die to the dragon, and I think D.Va might too. So that forces the D.Va ult. So I actually block that, and then he tries to charge, because if you that was smart by him. He should have done that a little earlier, because it blew up just before he charged, and then I managed to get my charge off. Put us both on the ground, and then unfortunately his Ana nades us both, which is just a automatic win condition for. If I had a little bit more health there, I could have probably shattered, took the momentum out of it. It probably wouldn't have been worth it to even do that. Yeah, it's just me and my 2 DPS here. Good beat by their Lucio there. Yeah, and Moltak got caught out again. This guy, yeah, you gotta know what you gotta back up all the way to spawn when you're staggered. Just keep backing up till you're with all your teammates. That's a weird graphical glitch. Okay, and then we know that we just have to win one fight here. Extend it until they're about to touch. Block the shatter there. That's unfortunate that everyone just barely managed to get around the corners there. It shouldn't matter though. We took that fight pretty convincingly. We're still staggering them, so D.Va almost C9'd us here. Yeah, Moltak, you should have dropped, bro. Can't let the D.Va push. And it's just cleaning up the people who try to touch, and that was our win.